Hello again to anyone and no one who accidentally clicked on this video, and welcome to my Christmas special. So I decided today that I would play Spider-Man Miles Morales because this game takes place around Christmas time. So in the spirit of Christmas, I will be playing through this game a little bit on today's playthrough. I've already beaten this game when it first came out a couple years ago, but I started a new save for today, for this episode. So these guys are transporting a rhino. So that's the rhino in there. And they just think, oh, yeah, we'll transport him, like, through the city. And look how low they're flying. Like, I know it's just a video game, but, like, in real life, you would never find, like, a helicopter flying below the buildings like that. Like, it would be way above all the buildings in the city. It would never fly this low. This is absurdly, ridiculously low. And of course it goes wrong. Something always has to go wrong so that we can fix it.
Motors unresponsive. Brace for impact. Going down.
And miraculously, I don't think anyone died in that. Even that cop. I think they said later that no one died. Because how could they, why would Spider-Man be responsible for civilian deaths?
It's okay, we got this. Just need to contain it before.
And now he's loose.
Hello, tiny spiders.
Yeah, you get him, Pete.
Miles, I've got Rhino, but you have to contain the escapees. Right, contain. I'm on it.
I think it's gonna try and give me a tutorial. But I'm actually pretty good at this game.
Trust me on a mission like this again. Nice work with the helicopter, kid. Real heroic stuff. Hey guys, how about we call a timeout? Talk this through.
So Spider-Man is like one of those heroes where it's like, oh, I won't kill you, but your hospital bill will. Because Spider-Man, he won't kill you. He's got like this rule, basically, like most iterations of Spider-Man don't kill, right? That's kind of his whole deal. But it's the same with Batman. So Batman from DC, most adaptations of Batman doesn't kill. Like he'll put his bad guys in jail. He'll beat up the bad guys, but he doesn't kill them. But at the same time, yeah, Batman doesn't kill people for the most part. Like I think he killed. Did he kill people in the new movie that came out last March with Robert Pattinson? I don't know. He might have. Like I know in the movies he kills people. Like I think Ben Affleck. Oh yeah, Ben Affleck's Batman in the Batman v Superman movie in that warehouse scene. He was a freaking animal. He was killing people left, right, and center. But like I'm talking like most other comic book adaptations and iterations, like Batman's like, oh, I gotta kill him, and same with Spider-Man. So that's cool and all, but Batman will beat the absolute living shit out of you. Like it's cool that he doesn't kill you, but you're gonna. The thing is, you're gonna wish you were dead by the time Batman's done with you. Like you're probably paralyzed. You have broken bones. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like it's the same with Spider-Man. I mean, like look, like Spider-Man's just casually throwing fucking, what do you call those things in the road? The drain circular things. I'll show you in a minute. But you could just go rank on these people, and it's like they're completely fine because Spider-Man doesn't kill. Remember? It's kind of funny. I think we've got a swinging scene coming up here. Oh, we're gonna go through the building and it's gonna play Christmas music. There was a scene just like that in No Way Home. When Spider-Man went through the mirror dimension with Doctor Strange, and then he went through like a building and it was like, it played that same scene. You know what? I never noticed that before. That's probably an homage or an Easter egg to this very game, actually. Because in that movie, in Spider-Man No Way Home, when it plays that Christmas music, for those couple seconds, it was the same song and it was the same part of the song.
Don't think like that. We're going to stop him as long as we work together. Speaking of, I'm giving you a hand up here.
It's also funny because there was this comic book where, oh, and this is Batman. So there was this Batman comic book, and in his head he was like visualizing all the stuff that he was doing to the bad guys. Like what I mean is, because he has to like think about like how hard he's hitting and stuff, because he doesn't want to kill the enemies, right? So he'll like, maybe he'll pull his punch a little bit or something, but he's so smart, like Bruce Wayne, like he just knows like the way he hits somebody and the amount of force he uses, he just knows exactly like in his head, in that comic book at least, that iteration of Bruce Wayne was like, oh, like this guy has like a broken wrist. Oh, I missed the thing here. I was too focused on commentating. But he'll know exactly the degree of like damage he does to the bad guys. Like he'll be in a fist fight with somebody, and he'll be like in his head, it's like, oh, like concussion, fracture in the right wrist. He'll recover in just a few weeks, and it'll say stuff like that, right? And oh, this scene's funny.
He's a low energy menace. Too easy. Maybe he's a weak-minded.
They literally break through his studio.
Very fast menace. A feckless, treacherous, unhinged menace.
Cool. Anyway, and in this particular comic book, it was like a warehouse or something. He was in like a bad guy lair, so there's a ton of bad guys, and like he jumps off like near the roof, like he's in the rafters or something, and he puts his knees, like he fucking slams this guy through the floor down, because I think they're on the second floor. So he jumps off from the roof, hits this guy like with his knees or something, like just destroys this guy, and he falls down through the whole floor and into the first floor. Like the second floor that they're standing on, he falls through that completely. That's how much force Batman used when he came down on top of this guy. And Batman was like, oh yeah, broken ribs, he's got fractured bones, his arm's broken, oh, he'll be in recovery for 6 months, but he'll be fine. But any reasonable person reading this comic would realize, no the fuck not, this guy's dead. If that reasonably happened in any capacity, that guy's dead. Batman didn't. Now it's just a comic book. Like, yeah, the writers can just be like, oh yeah, the guy lived, and cool. But I'm just saying, like, the things that Batman and Spider-Man do anyway, even though they don't kill, the things they do would kill. Okay, actually, I have another great example. This is also Batman. In the Batman movie that just came out, it came out, I guess, almost a year ago at this point, the Robert Pattinson Batman movie. There's this scene where he's chasing the Penguin, right? And like it's a chase, like a car chase scene, and it's a pretty cool scene actually. And then the Penguin like causes this like big accident trying to get away from Batman, but Batman gets out and like is chasing the Penguin. Now and then so Batman catches up to the Penguin, right? Now here's the thing. Batman needs the Penguin alive. He needs him for questioning. That's why he's chasing him. He like he doesn't want to kill the Penguin. He needs him alive. That's the whole deal. That's why he's chasing him. So Batman decides, you know what? He hits his car into the Penguin's car, and I don't know if Batman knew exactly what was going to happen or not, but the Penguin's car is absolutely totaled. It flips like 7, 8, 9, 10 times. You're dead if that happens, okay? And not only is this guy fine in the movie, he doesn't have a scratch on him. He's fine. And I know it sounds like I'm nitpicking. It's just funny. And like, it doesn't really bother me. Like stuff like that, it happens all the time in movies. Now I really like that movie, the Batman movie, and it doesn't actually really bother me. I just think it's funny and it's fun to point out those things. Like no, you're dead. Batman, he can't question you anymore for information on the Riddler because the Penguin is dead. And it, you know the odds of surviving that accident. Just search it up on YouTube if you haven't seen it. Just the Penguin, search up Penguin car crash in Batman movie. It's pretty funny.
He's counting on me. I gotta stop these guys.
I love all the combos and stuff you can do in this game. It's pretty sick. I was a really big fan of the PS4 Spider-Man game, and then this one as well. And then Spider-Man PS4 2, I think you can play as both of them. In the trailer, it looks like you can play as Peter and Miles in Spider-Man 2. And I think that comes out next year. I think it comes out in 2023, which looks pretty sick. I think Venom is part of that game. I think maybe Green Goblin is part of that game. I don't know, they've been teasing Norman a lot in these games, in these first two. Now, Rhino's a villain that I wouldn't mind seeing, like, in the MCU. The only live-action adaptation we've ever really had of Rhino was in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I didn't really like that version. I mean, maybe if they gave him more screen time and like more depth, but even then, in that movie, he was kind of just like an idiot. But I guess that's kind of the whole point. The personality, like Rhino in most adaptations is kind of an idiot. In this game, he's an idiot. That's the whole like deal. Rhino's he's like the big, strong, buff, dumb stereotype. But if we did see Rhino come like, I don't know, in a Tom Holland Spider-Man 4 or something in the MCU, I wouldn't mind if they made him like not so dumb. You know, maybe make him like a little bit more interesting, and then I think he'd be a fun villain to see on screen. But if I could have my pick, I'd actually really like to see the Scorpion in Spider-Man 4. And I think they confirmed that they are making a, like, that Tom Holland's getting a 4th Spider-Man film in the MCU. I think that's confirmed. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I really hope we see Scorpion for a couple reasons. The first reason is they've kind of teased him a little bit in the MCU, not too terribly much to the point where like it wouldn't make sense if he didn't show up. Like for example, they had a straight up Adam Warlock tease in Guardians 2. Like there was an end credit scene in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 totally dedicated to Adam Warlock, and so if Adam Warlock didn't show up at all in the future of the MCU, that would have felt really weird and out of place. It wasn't like that for Scorpion. Like Scorpion, like okay, so he was actually in the first Spider-Man movie in Homecoming. Like he wasn't the Scorpion yet. He was just like his normal, like he didn't have his suit or anything. Like he wasn't a super villain yet, just a normal villain. And that happens all the time in the MCU. Like, or not just the MCU. Like they'll have like Easter eggs, and they'll have characters playing, like they'll name, like a character will be a villain in the comics, but in the movie they'll just be like a normal guy. For example, like Ned. So Tom Holland's friend Ned in the movies, like he's actually the Hobgoblin in the comic books. Like that is the Hobgoblin. Like Hobgoblin is Ned Leeds. But in the movies, he's not Hobgoblin, but his name is the same as the human counterpart, like the secret identity of the Hobgoblin as an Easter egg. I don't know, some people speculate that Ned will become the Hobgoblin in Spider-Man 4 or 5 or something, but I'm not really sure what I'm doing here. I'm just too focused on talking. Okay, I have to do the Venom punches. Okay, that's why it's not working. So yeah, so Scorpion was in Spider-Man Homecoming, but that doesn't have to mean anything. Like he was there, but he wasn't a villain yet. Like, well, he was a villain, but not a super villain. He didn't have his Scorpion suit. He was just like a regular thief or whatever. He was just working with Vulture. And then he was the guy on the ferry in the ferry scene, I think. But I think Vulture accidentally, when he was trying to hit Spider-Man with the car, he hit him with the car, and then hit him in the water. And it's like, oh, that guy's dead, but he wasn't dead. He was in the jail at the end with Vulture. But in the end credit scene, he was the guy trying to get the secret identity from the Vulture, because Vulture knows his secret identity in the MCU. Right? Like he knows that Peter is Spider-Man. Like, you know, that he saved his daughters and stuff. So he was going to let him go at the end, but then Spider-Man came back to stop him. And then so he goes to jail, and then in that end credit scene in Homecoming, that other guy talking to Vulture, trying to like find out, oh, like so who's Spider-Man? You know, there's a rumor that you know who he is, but Vulture protects him. And Vulture's like, oh, like if I knew, he'd be dead already. So you could say that was a tease for the Scorpion, and maybe it was, but I don't know if it was like, I don't know if I would say that. I think it was more just them showing us that Adrian Toomes, like Adrian Toomes being the Vulture's, like that's his secret identity, basically. That he's kind of changed as a person. Oh, I died here. So I always kind of looked at that end credit scene as being like them showing us that he's kind of changed, or that he wants to protect Peter. Like, oh, don't worry, like this guy isn't really vengeful like that, because I think in the end in Spider-Man Homecoming, I don't think he's as bad of a guy. Like, obviously he's a pretty bad guy. Like he murdered, he has killed some people. He doesn't, like, that's not what he primarily, he mostly makes like weapons and stuff, and I don't know, I think he sells all those weapons and stuff to like third parties to make money. But you know, he's got a family, he's got a daughter, he's kind of a family man, and I think he kind of like, he isn't all bad. And I think that's what they were trying to show us by him protecting Peter's identity. I don't think it was supposed to be like, oh, Scorpion's going to come back in the later film. So I wouldn't be shocked if we never saw Scorpion again in the MCU or wherever. But because he is in the MCU canonically, like because he does exist, I think it would be really cool if he came back. And I think it'd be awesome if he was like the main villain in Spider-Man 4, and like he's like fully upgraded, like he's got his Scorpion suit. I think that'd be pretty cool. I always knew this guy was fishy. That guy there, I don't remember his name, but he turns out, spoiler alert if you haven't played this game or whatever, it turns out he's like one of the bad guys, like one of the main bad guys. But I don't know, he always seemed kind of fishy. When I first played this game, I was like, this guy's a bad guy. And then there was that Miles Morales movie that came out a couple years ago. Actually, I think it was it 2018 or 2019? No, I think it was 2018 that Miles Morales movie came out. But it was called Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and I ended up loving that movie way more than I thought I would. So I don't know if any of you have seen it, but because it kind of looks like a fun, cute movie, but it doesn't look like anything special particularly. But it ended up being a really good movie with a really good story, like the characters, and I ended up loving that movie so much so that I'm really looking forward to the second one. There's a sequel coming out next year, I think. Yeah, also in 2023. So we're getting Spider-Verse 2, which is, it's titled Across the Spider-Verse. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. We're getting Spider-Man PS4 2, so like a sequel to this game. Well, this one's kind of like a spin-off, the Miles Morales spin-off, and they come together, this one and the first one with Peter, into the second game. And then what else comes out next year? Anything else Spider-Man related?
I'll let you know when I find it.
I don't know. I think there's some Spider-Man show coming out on Disney Plus. I don't know if that's next year or the year after that, but there's supposed to be some like Spider-Man freshman year, like a new animated show. I don't think it's supposed to be canon to the MCU, but I know Disney Plus is making some animated Spider-Man show in the next year or two.
Bad news, listeners. My Christmas charity spectacular was canceled.
Yeah, if you haven't seen that Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse movie, I honestly I really highly recommend it. I promise it's a lot better than it looks. Like, I know it doesn't look awesome. Like, it looks okay, but like based on the trailers and stuff, you know, the animation is really cool and too really unique. But honestly, the story is really good. You really need to see it.
Covering Spider-Man's incredible takedown of Rhino.
Subscribe. Cast. New favorite podcast.
You know, I actually would love to see Miles Morales show up in the MCU, as a matter of fact. Now, we know he exists in the MCU. There was an Easter egg to him. So, because his uncle was in the first movie, like the first MCU movie in Spider-Man Homecoming. So that scene where Peter, oh, what's it doing here? It's giving me all these tutorials. Yeah, I already know all these moves. Oh, there's a snowman here, look at that. Anyway, that weapons dealer guy that Vulture's crew was selling to, and then he got away, but then Spider-Man tracked him down later, and he webbed his hand to the car to try and get information, and then he told Spider-Man about the ferry job. If you know who I'm talking about, that guy, that's Miles's uncle. I forget what his name is. I think Aaron. Yeah, it is too. Aaron. What's going on here? Oh, hold X. Okay. But then in that movie, he even he doesn't reference him by name, but it was a total Easter egg to Miles, right? Because when he was talking to Peter, you know, he's like, you know, like, I don't want those weapons in this neighborhood either. I have a nephew growing up in this neighborhood, and that was basically, oh, like he might as well have just come out and said, yeah, Miles Morales, like, he's living here in this neighborhood. I got a nephew who's living here. So we don't know like how old he is then. Like when Homecoming came out, probably pretty young, like even younger than he's supposed to be in this game. Like, because most versions of Miles Morales is younger than Peter anyway. So like Peter Parker, when he first becomes Spider-Man, most of the time he's in high school. Now, I don't know as much about Miles as I do about Peter, but Miles Morales, I think he's even younger than that. Like, I think he's supposed to be like, I don't know, I think he's supposed to be maybe even as young as 13. I don't think he's that young in this game. He looks in this game, he looks like he could probably be like 15 or 16. He's probably in high school in this game, because in this game Peter is way out of high school, obviously. Like, this is a different, like in this version of Spider-Man, Peter Parker graduated high school a long time ago. Like he's in his 20s, probably mid-20s, right? So I think Miles is in high school right now. I think he is, because I think they talk about it later. One of his classmates, I think, what's her name, like Finn or something? But in the versions where like Peter's still in high school, I think Miles is like is junior high too young? I don't know. But the whole deal is Miles is younger than Peter, because Peter is like Miles, like his, what do you call it? Like a coach? But what do you call it? Like his mentor. Like Peter is Miles' mentor. Try to. What's the plural? How do you say that? Plural with a name that ends in S. Miles is. Peter's Miles is. mentor. I don't know. But you know what I mean? And since Homecoming came out in 2017, you know, that was quite a while ago in the MCU. If we ever see Miles Morales, like a live action Miles Morales in the MCU, which, you know what, I bet someday we will. And I think that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Whether they do that like in the fourth Spider-Man movie or later. I think he's supposed to be getting another trilogy in the MCU, is what I read. I think he's supposed to be getting Spider-Man 4, 5, and 6, plus probably like a couple of Avengers appearances and stuff. You know, you got those new Avengers movies coming out in the next couple years. So Miles will probably show up like in the 5th or 6th Spider-Man movie, maybe even, if not by the 5th, then maybe the 6th, to like hand the torch to him. So if that's the case, then when Spider-Man Homecoming came out and Aaron was talking about Miles, he must have been like a baby at that point. So that, you know, because he can't be that old when Peter mentors him, is the whole point. I don't know how I'm fighting a hologram. Like, that doesn't really make any sense. It's a really advanced hologram. Peter's an absolute genius in this game. Like, all the stuff, like he's like as smart as Tony Stark. I mean, I guess he's pretty smart anyway, but like Tony Stark's smart.
Simon, how is that?
He's a bad guy, Miles.
And the answer is Newful.
He's obviously the bad guy.
Just one canister of this revolutionary fuel source is enough to supply Harlem with clean, safe energy for the next 500 years. Soon, we'll be opening reactors through...
Yeah, when he came to meet Peter and Miles after they defeated the Rhino, he was like, oh yeah, like, we'll call the authorities to come pick this guy up. And Peter was like, I'm a head out. And that's what you think happens, but it's revealed at the end of the game that no, they just took Rhino in for themselves, and they buffed him up and gave him some of their Roxxon armor, and so that he would work for them.
No sign of anybody.
So yeah, yeah. So, yeah, they're bad. These are bad guys. They're bad guys. Like, that Venom punch that he does, that Miles does in this game, is so destructive. You can't tell me that there isn't at least a possibility of him killing somebody. And again, I know it's just a video game. Like, look, he throws a bomb back at them. Like, that would kill a guy. But like, watch this Venom punch. Watch this. That guy's dead. Oh, it was the sewer grate. The thing I was trying to think of earlier, and I couldn't remember the name. So those big sewer grates that are in the ground, like in the middle of the road, you know how heavy those are? And then Peter, like in this game, you can like web those with your web and throw them at people. Like and he throws them like right in their head if you do that. As if that wouldn't send the guy into a coma for 9 months. Where did this guy go? Like, even just these things. Like, look at that big thing he just fucking threw at that person's head. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna kill you, but your hospital bill will. Like, seriously, it's... fuck. Okay, watch this. I got a Venom punch lined up. Oh, shit. Ah, I just died. Okay, watch this. As soon as I get my Venom punch loaded up, I want to use it against... Okay. You see that guy? I just punched him way down over here. That guy's dead. Like, you just see that slam? Spider-Man webbed him, flipped him all the way around, and slammed him down into the fucking ground. His organs are all liquid now. He's gonna have to eat through a straw for the rest of his life. Don't mind if I just throw that bomb back at you? And start throwing things at you. Right through the glass. Oh, can I throw him through that one too? That'd be funny if I could throw him out that glass window down like 3 stories. Oh, I can now. Hold on. Oh, throw the bomb. Oh, I'm about... Okay, if I can bait them to this roof, I can throw them down all these flights. Oh, here they come. Wrong way. That guy's got... Okay, I got my venom punch. One of these guys are about to die. Oh, did he not even fly off the roof? I think his buddy stopped him. He was standing in the way. There we go. That guy's done. You would think eventually, after all this time, somebody would notice Spider-Man crawling in and out of the same window of a building. So I know Miles is new to this, but Peter, he's been Spider-Man for like 8 years or something, he said, in this universe. And so like when Peter crawls through the window, the same window of his apartment, as Spider-Man every single day for 8 years, nobody's noticed that? Nobody's noticed, hey, is that Spider-Man crawling into that building? Is that Spider-Man again the next day crawling out of that building? Like his neighbors or the people across the street that have a direct view of that window? I'm just saying, these little details. You think somebody would know? I think someone would put it together. Hey, I think Spider-Man lives in that building over there.
Mijo. Here.
Finn? Hey.
See, that's Finn.
Doorbell.
His classmate, I think.
Good to see you. How are you? It's
Spoiler alert.
Months.
She's also a bad guy.
Changed.
She's the Tinkerer in this game.
Is that our guest of honor?
Nothing to see here, people.
really hope no one can see me.
Nothing to see. What? You look like you've never seen a boy climbing the side of a building before. So apparently that Guardians of the Galaxy game was pretty good. So maybe I'll do a playthrough of that eventually. I don't own it, so I'd have to buy it or borrow it from a friend or something. What do we have here?
Way too many wires on this one. It's gotta be messing with the signal. Where do these cables go?
Follow the wire.
Gotta get inside that shack.
Don't mind me. Property damage. Just one guy guarding this place.
They're being jammed by something.
Right, let's try out these holodrones. Bruh. And the hologram actually fights them? How is that possible? It's a hologram, yet it can physically make contact and harm other people? That is extremely high tech. Peter probably outsmarts Tony Stark in this universe. Jeez.
Man, these drones were a great idea.
Who's left? You? Ah. Wait, watch this. Oh my god, it's fucking dead. Look at this one. That was a fucking clock to the face. I was hoping he would do the one where he webs him and smashes him down to the ground. Oh!
Okay. Hope the trains are running again. Should check in with Uncle Aaron.
I love doing these silent takedowns. Like, look at how hard he punched his face into the ground.
Don't look at me.
Like, you cannot possibly tell me
Time to try out Pete's visor tech.
that he has not killed at least one of these people. Like, come on. Come on.
Nice.
Oh,
I can track that.
fuck. Okay, whatever. It's a fight now. Oh, I'm gonna... Ah, I love that. Pulling that thing down on him.
New form. Am
Bruh. Like, the experiment just threw a pallet at him. An entire pallet. Look at that thing. You know how heavy those things are? I'm just saying. Imagine throwing a pallet so hard at somebody, it smashes into a million pieces. These guys should be dead. Their bodies should be liquid. Alright.
That's all of them. Now to get the trains back on the tracks. Hey Miles, just landed in Europe. How's day one?
See, one of the things I really love about these games,
I stumbled on a conspiracy
whether
in the
it's
neighborhood.
the PS4 Spider-Man or even the older ones, like
Making it up as I
the based on the movies, the Tobey Maguire movies,
keep me on the phone call away.
those video games, particularly Spider-Man 2. I just love free roaming, swinging around the city.
It is awesome.
Never gets old.
MJ needs me. Gotta go. Bye.
Especially in this game, in these newer games, just with the updated graphics and stuff.
You have so many requests. Like, oh, this one's from Teos. That guy rules.
Oh, I should definitely check that out. Now that the whole city's counting on me.
We're like the number
You can do flips too.
I see right now. Check it out as soon as you're done with your uncle. He still doesn't know you're you, right?
Had a
Bye bye. Oh,
okay. Now the bombs. Web work.
There's more on the upper tracks.
I'll get them.
bruh. Bro's really trying to blow up the tracks. That guy should be dead once he falls to his death. Want to see something really fun?
Across the intersection. Another one.
On it.
Another one. How many bombs do these guys have? Why are they trying to blow up the trains? What the? Oh, that was the bomb I just threw. Excuse me, sir? Yeah, hi. Bye-bye. How did he get up from that? That's the great thing I was talking about that sits in the road. The big sewer thing. You know how heavy those frickin' things are? And did you see how fast Spider-Man swung that into him? Oh, is there another bomb? Oh shit. No, throw the bomb. Okay, I did it.
So last night you learned new forms getting shipped by train. Then today you attack the trains. Why? To stop new form? To steal it?
That's a job well done.
Trains are back.
Crime in progress. Oh, these guys won't know what's coming for them. Oh,
Better be water guns. If they're
it's gonna knock them all off the roof.
stop you.
Except that big guy. Oh. Get out of here.
Keeping the neighborhood safe from rock-thrown weapons. Spider-Man style.
Miles, gracias a Dios. Where are you?
I'm at home, but I can come to the hospital.
No, stay where it's safe.
But you're hurt. What if something happens to you while I'm not there?
Hijo, this isn't like City Hall. We're all okay. You stay where it's safe. Entiende? I'll be back soon.
There was a huge ass explosion over here.
Nos vemos en casa.
Te quiero.
Mom, I saw what just went down at your mom's route. You okay? Where are you?
I'm headed to Braithwaite Bridge. There was an explosion.
Alright. But if Roxxon shows up, you run.
Oh, I think I might remember this.
Blame for all this. And
It's been a long time since I played this game. Oh, I remember this mission.
Careful.
It's kind of sick, actually. You save all the people from the bridge here. Some really cool cutscenes.
Warm up.
And then I think I unlock my suit after this. The proper Miles Morales suit.
Let's not shoot each other, all right?
Oh, there's Finn. She's got no chill. Bruh.
We're after the new form. Ignore everything else. Get rid of him. Then grab as much as you can carry.
What are you doing? He's destabilizing it. Sit down!
Keep him busy.
The bridge starts collapsing and then you have to like jump around and save all these people, and it's pretty cinematic actually.
The Tinkerer.
Okay, how about enough of you?
Over today. If I just put everything together.
This is not your fault, man.
I was so happy to see her. I wasn't paying attention. I have to pay attention.
Yeah, look, the bridge is falling apart. How will you take this hologram?
Bridge coming down. I have to stop this.
Oh, that guy's toast. Hope he can swim. Oh no! Don't die. Ooh. No! Just tell me I don't have to start that again. Did it give me a checkpoint? Let's see. Come on, Spider-Man. Holy shit. Bro, this is insane.
Gotta get people off the bridge before it comes down.
Alright, people.
The bus! Everybody get out! Don't worry, I got you!
Those people, they're trapped.
I've got an idea.
It's a lot of webbing. It's gonna web back the whole bridge.
I need something they can cross. I can stop this!
Yeah, keep the bridge back together, Spider-Man. Oh my god, he's pulling it together. It's like when Toby was stopping the train, or when Tom was trying to pull that ferry back together. Holy shit. Dude, this is a lot of destruction happening right now. A lot of collateral damage. Holy fuck.
I did this. My powers. I made it explode. Everyone's safe. After the explosion, the bridge started to...
Got eyes on the other Spider-Man. Please advise.
What's going on?
I have no idea.
Copy.
No! No, I'm not your enemy.
What are you doing? He saved us!
Hey, leave him alone!
I'm recording this!
Put that phone away now! I said put that phone away now! Hey, get your hands off me! Lisa! This is your last warning! I saved them!
Oh, he didn't know he could turn invisible?
Did they push him?
I guess this is where he discovers he's camouflaged. Why won't he just do that sooner? Just jump off.
What happened to Roxxon being here for us? They were gonna shoot me. They didn't even listen.
Are you okay?
I don't know.
Here today.
Here we go. That's the suit that I've been waiting for. This suit looks so sick, actually. I really like Miles' suit. His black and red. Looks so good.
Hey man, things are big time now, huh? Feels like people need friendly neighborhood now more than ever.
You gotta think of a shorter name. All the good apps are one word.
Miles, finally got through.
Oh, hey Pete, what's going on?
I saw the news. It was in Simkarian, so either a bridge exploded or...
Crime in progress? Let's check it out. Cool. Oh, it's Roxxon.
Come on, guys. Right in the target and prep them for transport to HQ. You guys are not walking off with me today. Target is hostile.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, what now, Roxxon?
Cleaning up those streets. Well, I think that will just about bring today's video to a close. I will be back on Wednesday for the season finale of the year, and I have a very special video planned for Wednesday. I've talked about it a few times before, but basically I'm going to be speedrunning Super Mario 64, since it's also my 64th video. So I'll be speedrunning, it'll be a 70-star speedrun, and I'm looking forward to it a lot, actually. I've been practicing. I've been practicing a lot, like, lately, kind of going through as quick as I can. It'll be a pretty casual speedrun, but nonetheless, I think it will be a lot of fun. Other than that, I hope you have a very Merry Christmas, and if you're still here, thanks for watching to the end. And yeah, have a great day.